Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Slash Camp. Meow here, and hopefully you guys have had an amazing New Year's Eve, an amazing New Year, and hopefully you have your resolutions already in plan. Because I can tell you I don't. I thought about doing one this year, and then was like, no. Decided against it. But yeah, I had a good time. Seeing that I was in the new house, I decided that I was going to host a New Year's Eve party, which turned out to be pretty amazing. We had the typical drunk guy, which I accidentally did it. I kept feeding the fire. I kept being like, "Here, take a drink of this, take a drink of that." And I was definitely being the bad influence. Luckily for me, I only had like a bottle of wine, so I downed it. I had the leftovers of this. It was amazing. So I finished that off yesterday, but because it's a cork, I didn't want to just leave it, so I knew I'd have to drink it within a couple days. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna have it tomorrow. And I did, which was yesterday. So, I would have done a video sooner, but I've been cleaning up from the party, and, well, tonight I worked, and it was so bad. The roads were so bad. We got so much snow. I was just like, it was dead. Just bad. But yeah. So hopefully everyone else has had an amazing New Year's Eve, had amazing stories to tell people, whether you got drunk yourself or you got your friends drunk, either or. But I actually managed to, here's a story for you, I actually managed to start playing Final Fantasy XIV again. Yay! So I actually did that, was it yesterday? Yeah, Wednesday, yesterday. Technically, it'd be like 2 days ago at this point, seeing that I'm doing this video like Friday instead of Thursday. But then we get into the logistics of like what the time is, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, blah. So. I have no idea what that noise was. But, so yeah. So we'll just do it by days. So Wednesday, I started playing Final Fantasy XIV again. Which this is both a good and bad story. So, as a lot of you know, I'm a raider. I play MMOs to raid. And so I was really excited because it was going to be the new year, and I was going to be able to play a video game, and I was going to start it off really good. And it just went to shit. Because I wasn't able to play like all of the month of December. At all. Like, at all. And I'd be able to, like, get on, do, like, the 30 seconds, well, actually 30 minutes, more like it, of, like, video, and then I'd have to leave. Like, I had no time to do anything. So, I was, quote-unquote, absent for a whole month, and I lost my raid spot. Ah, and there goes the computer thing again. I need to remember every single time I boot up the computer. There's gonna be that computer thing. It's Java. Java's like, update me now! And I'm like, no! You will not be updated! Because I hate the new Java. It's just like, ugh. But anywho, off Java. Java. Bye-bye, Java. But, so yeah, I lost my raid spot. And, like, I threw a tantrum. I will admit, full-heartedly admit, I threw a tantrum. Typical girl. I just was like, I literally was this close to, like, rage quitting and being like, guys, I'm done. I'm sorry. Like, if you don't want me here, then I'm done. But thankfully, I kept a level head like an hour later. Yeah, it took me about an hour to calm down. And, yeah, so I calmed down and was like, you know what? Whatever. I'll just play the game. And actually, like, I was kind of in my head going, well, I have a bunch of Steam games I want to play, so it's not the end of the world. But for that moment, it was the end of the world. It really was. I was furious. And it was, like, sort of a miscommunication with the whole issue, because I was keeping up to date on the forums for my guild, or free company, rather. And I was only paying attention to one section of the forums, because, well, I was only accessing it from this. And it's very difficult to run forums off of a phone, especially mobile. That was weird. I pick up my phone and lay it down, and suddenly there was a text message. Interesting. But anyhow, so I couldn't do anything, like, mobily, except for, like, you know, have the URL and specifically for my forum section. So I didn't pay any attention to the rest of the forum. And apparently I had been, like, replaced, and it was on there. Well, I never got the memo. I kept posting in the section I should have been posting in, saying, hey guys, I'll be back this week, so-and-so, here's what's going on. And nothing. So, I was very disappointed. Very disappointed, and I was just like, you know what? I am not a happy camper. I'm like a little big ball of rage at the time. That's my rage face. And, I was just like, you know what? I was, like, this close to just raising all sorts of hell. And, like I said, it took an hour for me to calm down, and I was just like, okay. Whatever. Like, I hit that point where you're just so pissed off that you're just like, fuck it. Like, fuck it. So, luckily, in the same night, I got into a Binding Coils group, and they failed hardcore. They couldn't even get down the first turn. So I was just like, you know what, guys? I'm out of here. I'm sorry. I was gonna try and, you know, app to your guild, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm out of here. So, I was looking in the FC, and thankfully, thank you, Corky, thank you so much. I should have just gone to him first, but of course, in my madness, I was just like, Hulk, but, he managed to set me up in a different group, because my free company's so big. We're running 6 groups now? I was about to say 5, but it's 6 groups now. Excuse me. Done? Yep. So we run 6 groups of 8 people. And people are always, like, switching groups and stuff like that. So I just got placed into a different group. Which, I mean, I don't mind. As long as we're rating consistently, I don't care. And it's actually, it works out better because it's Monday through Wednesday. My day's off. At 10 p.m. So I can sleep in and still wake up in time to raid. Where it's like 8 p.m., have to be up at 7, and I'm like, if I sleep through it, oh, damn it. So, 10 p.m. That's late enough where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be there. No matter what I have to do that day, I'm gonna be there. So, I mean, it worked out, but still, I was like, furious. And I feel so bad. I'm sorry, Vayon. I literally, like, popped your head off. I was so pissed. Literally, it's like if you ever took a dandelion, I think it's dandelions, and you, like, wrap the stem around and you pop the top off. Yeah. That's what I was like. Or better yet, it's like... Okay, whatever. That's a bad example. I was gonna, like, pop the cork and be like... But the cork didn't want to come out. But yeah, I was seriously, like, about to tear off his head. I was just like... Don't piss off female gamers. Because it's not like men who's just like, I'm just gonna drink a beer and everything's gonna be okay. Female gamers get pissed. Especially, like, I have a track record. I have, like, a horrible track record. Because I want to raid. And that's all I want to do. So for World of Warcraft, I was, like, placed in these subgroups, and it just became very difficult to be in a main group, and a main group that actually progressed. So a lot of the times, I was kind of like low man on the totem pole, even after 3 years of raiding. And it just got really tired really quick. And especially because I move a lot, I lost a lot of spaces. Lost a lot of spots. And people, they change raid leaders, and then new management steps in, and all sorts of stuff. And a lot of guys don't realize that, yeah, it's not nice to, like, you know, be like, hey, you have a spot 1 minute, and then you don't have a spot the next. We understand, like, raiders, I know I do, especially since, like I said, raiding 3 years World of Warcraft. You understand that if you can't progress, there's something wrong, you need to start filtering through people. But, little story for you. So, for World of Warcraft, at one point, my life was really downhill. I was playing too much. Unhealthy too much. My bills weren't being paid. I didn't want to go to work. All I wanted to do was sit at home and play World of Warcraft. So, what ended up happening was my electricity got shut off. And I was like, well, I can't play World of Warcraft. So it kind of like got the gears in line and started working and started making me realize that I can't just, you know, disregard real life. So for a month I took a break. And I told them, hey, look, I said, this has become a serious issue. I was like, I would love to continue to raid, but I need to get my life in order. And it really hurt because I managed to get my life in order and come back and I find out I don't have a raid spot. And that was really hurtful because I'd worked so hard to get that spot. Too hard. I was too dedicated. And then I had to deal with real life. Like, it wasn't something I could put on the back burner. I had to deal with real life. And when I come back and it's like all this effort and all this work that I put into it, it's gone. And that's kind of what it made me feel like, again, coming back Wednesday. I guess it would be yesterday. Coming back Wednesday, where I was like, I put in so much effort and I moved. It's stuff like, my birthday was December, very beginning December. I had to move the middle of December, and the move wasn't easy because it's a brand new house. And there's a lot of stuff that I had to move, and I couldn't get internet up running because it was so close to Christmas. Then my mom comes in for Christmas. So it's not stuff that I can control and be like, hey guys, I'm going to put this on the back burner and I'm going to continue to raid, because I can't. I have no internet. No internet means no raiding. And so it was kind of like the same situation. It was the same scenario where it was just like, real life literally got in the way. And it shouldn't, because with video games, it should be real life than video games. And it really hurts a lot of people when it's like, okay guys, like, I understand you're hardcore raiders, but if you're not going to let someone live, you know, their life and get shit in order, it's kind of saying something. So, yeah, it's a little story there. I kind of got dicked over a lot of times doing that. Switching raid leads, not being in groups that progress, not getting anywhere, and being put on the back burner. And honestly, no one's ever told it to my face, but I often wonder how much of it is because I'm a girl, and how much it is because I do what I do. And for those of you who know, like, what I do work-wise, it's become an issue. I want to be myself when playing a video game. I don't want to have to be fake and have to be like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, I want that. That is my escape. I'm going to be me. And if people can't deal with who I am and what's going on, say it to my face. Don't go behind my back and be like, oh, no. And I'm not saying that's what happened at all, but with as many times as I've been dicked over while raiding and while playing MMOs, I'm starting to wonder. Like, I'm really starting to wonder if it's my gender. And I don't know. No one tells it to my face, so I don't know. But, so, on a happy note, we're gonna get out of this hole for a second, and on a happy note, I begin rating again Monday at 10 p.m., so, yay! And also, on a better and more happy note, I get a new computer. It was my Christmas present. As you guys know, I've been fighting with this computer forever. And slowly but surely, like, I'm making a beast of a machine. And this thing's costing me, at this point, somewhere near $3,000. $2,000-3,000, in between there. So it takes a lot to save up and work with and put pieces together. And finally, for Christmas, thank you, Mommy. Thank you so much. I can finally buy the graphics card I want because she gave me enough money to go ahead and go buy it and finish off my computer. So, I'm not going to be doing videos like this much anymore. I'll be streaming. Well, actually, I'll still do videos. I'm lying. I'll still do YouTube videos because they're quick, they're simple, they're easy, and I can get them going, and I can sit here and rant, and it's kind of like my diary. And I love it. I love you guys for sitting here watching me ramble most days. But yeah, so, yay! I can't wait to have my beast of machine. Can't wait. It's gonna be so awesome. But, so yeah. So I'm gonna look forward to that, because there's more fish in the sea. There's more guilds out there. There's more free companies out there. There's more people to play with, and I shouldn't, you know, get my heart set on being like, hey, I'm gonna be with this group and I'm completely dedicated, because I should learn by now. I need to learn by now. But, or I'm just gonna go play single player games. I don't know about that. I'm more of an MMO, like, socialized person. I like the interaction, but, holy shit, I didn't realize this video was 17 minutes long. I'm like, oh no! But, on that note of things, I'm gonna head off of here. I'm gonna probably log in to Final Fantasy for a little bit, see what's going on, see about getting caught up, because there's a lot I missed with patch 2.1 coming out. There's a lot of stuff that I missed, so I need to get caught up again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I shall see you guys later. Have a good night, guys.